following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. The Sports Time Machine takes us back to July 15th, 1967. 1967 Major League Baseball replay between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's the Saturday afternoon game of the week. You are looking live at Dodger Stadium, where it's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Today it'll be Fergie Jenkins. He'll be getting the start for Chicago. He's made 20 starts so far this year and is 11-6 with an ERA of 3.10. This will be his fourth start against Los Angeles. He's 2-1 against the Dodgers with a 2.10 ERA. He will be opposed by Drysdale of Los Angeles. He's also made 20 starts on the year, has a 9-5 record with an ERA of 2.89. This will be his fourth start against Chicago. He's 1-1 with a 1.80 ERA against Chicago. Currently it's 77 degrees here in Los Angeles. Wind speed about 19 miles per hour in from left center field.
Play ball!
We're going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups out in the field. The outfielders, Johnson, Davis, and Gabrielson. The infielders at first base, Parker. Second base, Hunt. Schofield will be the shortstop. Lefevre will be the third baseman. Catching today will be Jeff Torborg, and pitching will be Don Drysdale. Your batting lineup for the Chicago Cubs, currently sitting at 47-37 record, third place in the National League, 3.5 games back of the leaders, St. Louis, coming into today. We've got Kessinger at shortstop, will be leading off. Becker at second base. Third will be Williams. Batting cleanup will be Ron Santo at third base. Ernie Banks, first baseman, batting fifth. Thomas, right fielder, batting sixth. Hundley, the catcher, batting seventh. Phillips, the center fielder, batting eighth. Ferguson Jenkins, the pitcher, batting ninth. So Don Drysdale is set to get us started here. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here in mid-July as we get started for the game of the week between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Play ball!
And the pitch, directly line drive to Parker. Fairley. And Fairley will take the out himself. Fairley starting at first base today. Sorry, misidentified him earlier. Fairley at first base gets the first out. Up to bat second, Glenn Beckert. Beckert currently in 10th in Major League Baseball, batting .326. He steps into the plate against Drysdale. Grounder over to Hunt. Hunt makes the easy toss over to Fairley. There's two away. And now Billy Williams will step up to the plate. 2 outs for the Cubs here in the top of the first, no score. Drysdale gets the signal from Torborg. And the strikeout victim, Williams. First one rung up by Drysdale. We're through half an inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for Chicago. The Dodgers lineup will be up in just a moment. Let's take a look at the Chicago Cubs out in the field. Williams, Phillips, and Thomas will be the outfielders. Banks will be the first baseman. Beckert at second base. Kessinger at shortstop. Santo at third base. Catching today will be Randy Hundley, and Ferguson Jenkins will be pitching. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, or the batting lineup, for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Schofield will be leading off from shortstop. Hunt, the second baseman, batting second. Davis, the center fielder, at third. Batting cleanup will be Lefevre from third base. Fairley batting fifth. Johnson, left fielder, batting sixth. Gabrielson, the right fielder, batting seventh. Torborg, the catcher, will be batting eighth. Don Drysdale will be batting ninth from the pitching spot. So Dick Schofield settling in, .275 hitter so far this season. 1 home run, 13 RBIs. And Schofield is struck out for the first out in the Dodgers half. Up to bat now, Ron Hunt, .273 batting average, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. Just getting underway here at Dodger Stadium. This one's a high pop fly to center field. Phillips makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Willie Davis now, batting .270, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs for the Dodgers. Jenkins gets his second strikeout of the afternoon. So we are through 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. Chicago nothing, Los Angeles nothing, and the Cubs will come up to bat for the 2nd inning. The Dodgers yesterday broke up a 5-game winning streak for the Cubs, beating the Cubs 2-1. A little bit more on that game later as we move on through the day. Ron Santo, the third baseman, he's in the midst of a 6-game hitting streak, batting .304, 16 home runs, 52 RBIs for the Cubbies. Drysdale settles in. And Santos swung and missed, strike 3. Drysdale now has 2 strikeouts on the day. Ernie Banks, the first baseman, comes up. Banks is hitting .260, 7 home runs, 37 RBIs on the season so far. Just past the halfway point of the season, Cubbies are in 3rd place. The Dodgers are in 6th place. Dodgers are 10 games back of 1st place. Banks settles into the batter's box and swings and misses. Strike 3. 2 outs now for the Cubbies. Top of the 2nd. Lee Thomas is up to bat, batting .275. He's in the midst of a 6-game hitting streak. Drysdale looking good so far at the start of this game. Pop fly to right field. Gabrielson is under it, makes the easy catch. We are through an inning and a half. No runs, no hits, no errors. Still no score from here in Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers are coming up to bat next. Bottom of the 2nd inning. And leading off for the Dodgers is Jim Lefevre. Lefevre, in the 8th inning yesterday, hit a double after Ferreira struck out. Parker's triple off left field wall. Lefevre scored to tie the game 1-1. Again, the Dodgers would go on to win yesterday 2-1, breaking the 5-game Cub win streak. Lefevre hitting .272 with 38 RBIs this season. He settles in to face Ferguson Jenkins. Straight up the middle, first base hit of the game, and it goes to Lefevre. Lefevre is on at first. Ron Fairley, the first baseman, now up to bat. 1 man on, nobody out, no score. To Kessinger, but he does not get there in time. Fairley with the base hit. Kessinger having a little bit of problem there with the ball. So now the Dodgers find themselves with 2 men on, nobody out, and Lou Johnson steps up to the plate. Lou Johnson hitting .225, 13 RBIs. Signal. And another base hit. Looks like Lefevre's going to get the signal to come home. And we have the game's first run. Johnson, base hit, the RBI, scores. And the Dodgers are up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Lynn Gabrielson, right fielder, now takes his place at the batter's box. 303 hitters so far this season. Jenkins in a little bit of trouble here at the bottom of the 2nd inning. 2 men on, Fairley on second, Johnson on first. And a base hit towards center field. Fairley getting the signal to go home. And the Dodgers are up 2-0. No outs, 4 hits so far in this inning. Dodgers have a 2-0 lead. Jeff Torbuck, the catcher, comes up with that. Torberg hit a sacrifice fly out to the shortstop yesterday, which enabled Parker to score, which led to the eventual 2-1 victory for the Dodgers. 7 RBIs for Torberg. 2 men on. Cubs are a little bit of a fix here. Bottom of the second inning. And this is another base hit between third and shortstop. And the bases are loaded for the Dodgers. The pitcher, Drysdale, will come up to bat. Jenkins looking for a little bit of relief here, as he has allowed 5 hits in this inning. And Jenkins gets the pitch to Drysdale for the strikeout. That's his 3rd strikeout of the day, the first out of the bottom of the second inning. Bases are loaded. Johnson at 3rd, Gabrielson at 2nd, Torberg at 1st. Schofield, top of the order, comes up. He struck out to start the game for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 1st. Pop fly to right field. Beckert underneath it makes the catch, 2 away. Ron Hunt up to bat. He flew out to deep right center in the 1st inning. Bases loaded. Dodgers lead 2-0. Jenkins looks for the side. Another pop fly. Beckert has this one again. Beckert makes 2 easy catches on pop flies to end the inning, but the Dodgers have done some damage. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They lead 2-0 as the game heads into the 3rd inning. I want to tell you about some upcoming events here on the Replay Sports channel for all our football fans out there. Monday Night Football for Week 2. As Week 2 concludes, we're going to have the Tampa Bay Bandits and the New York Generals do battle on Monday Night Football. So make sure to stay tuned for times and dates available for that game. Make sure you check that out. Tom Brady of the Bandits and Daniel Jones of the Generals will do battle on Monday Night Football. And our next game of the week will be coming from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. The Atlanta Braves will be taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Time Machine will be taking us to July 22nd, 1967, for the Saturday game of the week. So that will be coming up in a few weeks. So make sure to stay tuned for that. All right, we're in the top of the 3rd inning. The Dodgers are up 2-0. Randy Hundley, the catcher, 47 RBIs so far this season, facing in against Drysdale. And Hundley records the first hit for the Cubs on a base hit toward left field. So Hundley is on base. Adolfo Phillips, the center fielder, hitting .248 with 34 RBIs this season. This is a grounder to the shortstop, Schofield, and Schofield puts him away for the first out. Hundley moves safely to second base, and the pitcher for the Cubs, Fergie Jenkins, is now in the batter's box facing Drysdale. And Jenkins goes down on strikes. Drysdale reports his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. We go to the top of the order. Don Kessinger. Kessinger grounded out to first earlier. This is his 2nd batting attempt against Drysdale. High pop fly to center field. Davis is under it, makes the catch, 3 away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, so we're through 2.5. The Dodgers lead it 2-0. Davis, Lefevre, and Fairley will be the batters coming up. Willie Davis struck out in the 1st inning, his last time up. Pop up, Torberg has it behind the plate, flips his mask aside, he makes the catch. We already have 1 away. Jim Lefevre, the 3rd baseman, he grounded a single his first time up. And he is walked. So Lefevre is on first base. We have 1 out. And Ron Fairley is up to bat. He hit a single in the infield, moving Lefevre to second during his previous at-bat in the second inning. Pop up, Beckert, man of the moment, makes another easy catch in the infield. We have two away. Lou Johnson, the left fielder, is now at bat. His single was the RBI leading to Los Angeles' first run. Lefevre scored off that hit, moving Fergie to second. Jenkins at 50 pitches so far in 3 innings of work. Pop fly to center, deep center field, and Phillips makes the catch. And so we have no runs, no hits, no errors through 3 innings. The Dodgers lead it 2-0. And coming up to bat for the Cubs, Beckert, Williams, and Santo. Beckert grounded out to second base. So far of the day for Don Drysdale, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit through 3 innings pitched, and no runs. This one's a grounder to the first baseman, Fairley. Fairley's going to take it himself. We have 1 now. Billy Williams struck out his first time at bat. Pop up to the center field. Davis with a great play. Rushing into his position there. Makes a great catch. We have 2 away. Ron Santo struck out his last at bat. Again, he's in the midst of a 6-game hitting streak, trying to extend that here. And strikes out. 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors. We are through 3.5. Los Angeles looks to be in control of this game. 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Dodgers. Gabrielson, Torborg, and Drysdale. So Gabrielson is up. He hit a single his first time up. That was the RBI that allowed Fairley to score. He got us to our current score line of 2-0 to the Dodgers back in the second inning. This one's a pop-up to Thomas. He goes back to the warning track, makes the catch. 1 away. Jeff Torborg, the catcher. He hit a single, part of that 5-hit second inning. This one's hit deep to center. Phillips goes to the track, pulls it down. We have 2 away. And Don Drysdale, the pitcher, he struck out his first time up and strikes out again. So we are through 4 innings of play. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Dodgers lead 2-0. We head to the top of the 5th. For the Cubbies, in the top half of the 5th inning, we got the middle order: Banks, Thomas, and Hundley. Ernie Banks struck out in his first at bat in the top of the second inning. This one's a grounder to center field. He's going to extend it for a double, and he dives, and he's safe. Banks gets a double. So the Cubs have a man in scoring position, and Lee Thomas, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. In the midst of a 6-game hitting streak, he flew out to deep right center his first time up. Only the 2nd hit allowed by Drysdale so far today. And Thomas gets struck out. Drysdale now has struck out 6 Cub batters. We have 1 away. Catcher Randy Hundley up to bat. He hit a single before Banks had that double just now. Hundley had the only hit for the Cubbies. Oh. And it was a wild pitch. Hundley signals for Banks to head on over to third, which he does. Torborg just lost that. So one out. Banks is on third. The Cubs trail 2-0. Hundley at the plate, facing Drysdale. The ball goes right back to Drysdale. Banks is going to stay at third, and Drysdale makes the easy toss over to Fairley for the second out. Adolfo Phillips now comes to the plate. Phillips grounded out to short his last time up. Cubs have their best opportunity so far in this game to try to produce some runs. They trail 2-0 here in the top of the fifth. Drysdale looks in. Fires, pop fly to left field. Johnson makes the catch. So the Cubs leave one man on. They're still scoreless through 4.5 innings. And the Dodgers lead it 2-0. We have the top of the order coming up for the Dodgers. Schofield, Hunt, and Davis. Jenkins on this day has allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, has struck out 4 and allowed 1 walk. Schofield is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in his first at bat, popped out to second. And his second at bat. And he gets walked on his third at bat. So Schofield on at first base. Ron Hunt is the batter. He flew out to deep right center the first time up and then popped to second. No outs, bottom of the fifth. Dodgers lead it 2-0. This one's a ground ball to the shortstop, Kessinger. Underhand toss to second base for 1, and they get the double play out at first. So double play, good play there by Kessinger. Now the Dodgers have 2 outs. Only Davis comes to the plate. Davis popped out to the catcher last time up. It's 0 for 2. This one's a high fly ball to center field. Phillips makes the catch. And we are through 5 innings. The score is Los Angeles 2, Chicago 0. Ferguson Jenkins now for the Cubs will lead off. He struck out in the 3rd inning. And John Drysdale records his 7th strikeout of the game. Top of the order, Don Kessinger. His second time up, he flew out to shallow right center. Cubs only 2 hits on the day. This one's a grounder to Hunt. He throws back over to Fairley, and the Cubs have 2 outs. Glenn Becker now up to bat. 0 for 2 today, grounded out to first his last time up. This one's a fly ball toward left field. Johnson's going to try to dive for it, cannot make the catch. Becker's going to go for 2. He's got a stand-up double. So only the 3rd hit allowed by Drysdale today. And coming to the plate is Billy Williams. He flew out to shallow right center last time. Drysdale looks in for the save. And strikes out Williams. So we have no runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Cubs. We're through 5.5. The Dodgers still lead it 2-0. Again, just a reminder about some of our future broadcasts. Our next game of the week will take place July 22nd, 1967. We're going to have the Atlanta Braves versus the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals and the Phillies have been battling for first place in the National League in our 1967 replay. So we get a chance to see those 2 teams play in our next baseball game, our 1967 review. And for our football fans, Monday Night Football, Week 2 will close out with the Tampa Bay Bandits taking on the New York Generals. Make sure to check that out as well. All right, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jim Lefevre, 1 for 1 today. He walked his last 2. Pop up toward left field, right field. And Beckert will make the catch. One away. Ron Fairley, the batter. Fairley popped up to second base his last time up. This one's a line drive toward first base. Banks is going to take it himself. 2 away. And Lou Johnson will now bat. He flew out to deep center his last out. This one's a grounder toward left field. Williams has no time picking it up. Johnson's going to extend that out for a double. And our next at bat is Lynn Gabrielson. Gabrielson flew out toward the right side field line his last time out. 2 out. Johnson on second. Dodgers lead 2-0. And we got another line drive toward left field. Johnson's getting the signal to head home. And the Dodgers are going to extend their lead to 3-0. Wilson gets a single. I have a feeling though Jenkins is going to be near the end of Jenkins' day. 96 pitches on 7 hits. In fact, there's going to be a mound visit by Leo DeRocher. A conversation between Randy Hundley, the catcher, Burrs and Jenkins, and the manager. And the conference on the mound is over. Jeff Torber allowed to left center his last time. Jenkins trying to get the Cubs out of the center. Already down 3-0. Ground ball over to Kessinger. Kessinger makes the easy out at second base. So we are through 6 innings. The Dodgers get 2 more hits and lead it 3-0. The Cubs come up to bat. Ron Santo, coming into this day, had a 6-game hitting streak. He is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out both times to Drysdale. Drysdale has had 8 strikeouts today. Santo makes contact, and he's got a base hit. Nicely done by Ron Santo. Ernie Banks, the first baseman, now at the plate. Hit a double to right center his last time up. This one's a ground ball to left field. Santo's going to hold at second, and Banks is on at third. And just like that, the Cubs had 2 more hits. So Drysdale has allowed 5 so far today. Lee Thomas struck out his last at bat. Steps in the batter's box to face Drysdale once again. This one's a ground ball to right field. Santo's going to get the signal to go home. There's going to be a throw to home plate, and Santo is safe. Banks advances to third base. Thomas will end up with a double. More importantly, the Cubs get a run. Los Angeles leads at 3-1. So Drysdale allows his first run of the afternoon. Randy Hundley steps up to bat. He grounded out to the pitcher in his second. And Hundley strikes out. Strikeout number 9 for Drysdale. He's just past the 100-pitch mark of the game. So 1 away. Adolfo Phillips now takes his spot in the batter's box. Flew out to left center field. 2 men on. Banks at third, Thomas at second. Cubs trying to rally here. Pop up to the third baseman. Fever makes an easy catch. 2 away. And it does appear that the Cubs are going to use a pitch hitter here for Jenkins. So Jenkins' day is done. And they're going to go with a left-hander, Al Spangler. Al Spangler will be pitch hitting for the Cubs. 286 hitter, 2 RBIs so far this year. He comes in facing 2 outs, 2 men on, facing Don Drysdale. And Spangler is struck out. So we do get a run from the Cubs, 3 hits, no errors. They trail 3-1. And now a quick look over to the Chicago Cubs bullpen. And looks like Bill Hands is going to be coming in to pitch for the Cubs. Bill Hands 4-3 so far this season. He's got a 2.74 ERA. He's going to be going against Drysdale. Drysdale's going to lead off this inning. Bottom of the 7th inning. Dodgers lead 3-1. And fly ball to right field. Thomas makes the easy catch. 1 away. Go to the top of the order. It's Dick Schofield. 0 for 2 today. He did get a walk his last time up back in the 5th inning. Hands delivers. This is a ground ball to Becker. Becker toss over to Banks, and we have 2 away. Ron Hunt now at the plate. And he got caught up in that double play back in the 5th inning. Dodgers lead at 3-1. Ground ball to first base. Banks is going to take care of it by himself. So a 1-2-3 inning on the Dodgers. We go to the top of the 8th. The Cubs trail it 3-1. Drysdale is still in there. He's pitched 116 pitches so far. And he is going against the top of the order. Don Kessinger, 0 for 3 so far. Grounded out second his last time up. Kessinger with a roller toward Lefevre. Lefevre with a nice throw, but it's not in time to fairly. Kessinger is safe. So Kessinger is aboard first place. Glenn Becker, second baseman, hit a double his last time up. Looking over at the Dodger bullpen, there's some activity over there. Some of the players are starting to stretch and warm up, possibly to come in for Drysdale if he continues to struggle here. Becker, pop fly deep to center field. Davis makes the catch. Kessinger returns to first base. 1 out. Kessinger on first. Billy Williams is the batter now. Williams struck out his last time up. Drysdale has recorded 10 strikeouts so far today. Another fly ball to center field. Davis, warning track, makes the catch. Kessinger's going to hold up at first base. 2 away. Ron Santo is the batter. He had a single to left center his last time up. And we could be near the end of Drysdale's day here. He's thrown 130 pitches so far. This is a ground ball past third and short. So Santo's on at first. Kessinger hauls it all the way to third base. And yes, this looks like the end of the day for Drysdale. So out comes Walt Alston, the manager, and we are going to see a pitching change here. Looks like Perinoski's going to come in relief of Drysdale. Great day for Drysdale. See if Perinoski can bring him the rest of the way home. 2 outs. Kessinger at third. Santo at first. Ernie Banks hit a single his last time up. He's 2 for 3 today. Perinoski delivers and he strikes out Banks. So they leave 2 men on. They had 2 hits, no runs, no errors. We're through 7.5 innings. The Dodgers lead it 3-1. So as we start the bottom of the 8th inning, Ted Savage will come in at center field for Chicago. Willie Davis is now the batter, starting off. Dodgers lead at 3-1. Base hit. Savage is going to make a great play. Boy, talk about coming in and facing fire right away. Savage's made a great diving catch. And play. Fever is the next batter. Popped down to second. Back in the 6th inning. And Savage once again, this time he goes back to the warning track, back to the wall, makes the catch. 2 away. 2 men out. Ron Fairley is the batter. Grounded out to first his last time up. He's 1 for 3 today. This one's a roller, but it's going to go past Banks on the first base line. This one's a high fly ball to right field. And Thomas will make a great catch there at the wall. So 3 up, 3 down for the Dodgers. They go to the top of the 9th with a 3-1 lead. They just need to get 3 outs to record their second victory in a row here against the Cubs. So Peronowski returns to the mound. Going to try to pick up a save opportunity here as the Dodgers lead 3-1. Lee Thomas will lead things off for the Cubs here at the top of the 9th inning. He hit a single his last time up. That was the RBI that led to the only Cubs run so far today. This one's a grounder towards center field, and Thomas will land on first base. Randy Hundley is the next batter. He struck out his last time up. So the Cubs are not done yet. This one's a pop-up towards center field, way back, and this one's going to bounce off the wall. Thomas is getting the signal to go home, and Hundley records a double. The score is now 3-2. The Dodgers have a 1-run lead. The Cubs have recorded their 10th hit of the game. Wow, oh wow. No outs, top of the 9th inning. And Ted Savage coming up to the plate. He replaced Phillips last half at the bottom of the 8th inning. Made a couple of great catches. He's hitting .213 this year with 16 RBIs. He represents the winning run at the plate. But he is struck out by Peronowski. Peronowski gets a second strikeout, 1 down. So there will be a pinch hitter for Bill Hands. And they'll go to their other left-handed hitter, backup catcher John Stevenson. John Stevenson, 333 hitter so far this season. Stevenson digs in. Peronowski with the pitch. This is a ground ball. Fairley tosses it back to Peronowski for the second out. Hundley moves over to third. Tight situation here for the Dodgers. They lead it 3-2. Hundley, the tying run, is now at third base. Don Kessinger now steps up to the plate. He's 1 of 4 for today. His last at bat, he got a single to the infield. Boy, don't you know the Dodgers want to end it here. The pitch inside. It's a ground ball towards center field. Hundley's going to score. Kessinger gets a single. Boy, Hunt should have made a better effort to get that. It went right past him into the center field. We've got a tie game, folks. 3-3. Glenn Beckert now coming up to bat. So Peronowski in relief has allowed 3 hits so far. Beckert to bat. This one's a ground ball toward the second baseman, Hunt, and he gets the out. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning now. The Dodgers up to bat. They are now tied with the Cubs, 3-3. Hartenstein has replaced Hands at pitcher. Otherwise than that, the Cubs lineup remains unchanged. Lou Johnson steps up to the plate for the Dodgers. Hit a double his last time up in the 6th inning. Dodgers are now tied. They did lead the game 3-1 going into the 9th inning. This one's a pop-up. Hundley's going to try to make a catch, but it's way past him. Foul ball. And strikeout to Johnson. Hartenstein gets his first strikeout. 1 away. Lynn Gabrielson is now up to bat. Hit a single his last time up. That single was the RBI that scored Johnson and gave Los Angeles their 3rd run of the day. Dodgers were up 3-0 in this game. Cubs have fought their way back. Gabrielson with a fly ball towards right field. Thomas is underneath it, puts it away, 2 gone. Jeff Torborg, the catcher, hit a ground out to the shortstop his last time up. Games are going to be going into extra innings here today. Ground ball past the first baseman. Thomas picks it up, throws it back in. Torborg is on. He's the winning run. And the Dodgers are going to go pitch hitter here. Let's see who they got. And it looks like Wes Parker is walking out of the dugout. Wes Parker already this season has 2 game-winning RBIs. Let's see what Parker can do here. We're at the bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, 1 man on. The game is tied 3-3. And Parker is walked. Looks like another pitch hitter. Schofield is going 0-3 to lead. So it looks like we're going to go for another left-hander, and it's going to be Johnny Roseboro this time. Johnny Roseboro. He's had 4 game-winning RBIs on this season, hitting 280 so far this season. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, 2 men on. Roseboro at the plate, trying to bring home another Dodger victory. This one's fouled away, past the 3rd baseman, and ends up in the dugout. Fans on the edge of their seats here at Dodger Stadium. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here. Hartenstein looks for the sign, gets ready to deliver. This is a ground ball toward the first baseman. Banks makes the easy play. We are headed to extra innings. The game is tied 3-3, and Chicago will be up to bat very shortly. A couple of changes for the Dodgers as we head to the top of the 10th inning. Gene Michael will now be playing shortstop, and Bob Miller will be coming in to pitch. Miller 4-2 on the season, 1.58 ERA. Billy Williams, 0-4 so far today. He'll lead us off here in extra innings. Pop fly to center field. Davis makes the catch on the warning track and 1 away. Juan Santo has gone 2-for-4 today. 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. This one's a ground ball toward Hunt. I'm sorry, a pop toward Hunt. Hunt makes the catch. 2 away. Ernie Banks, 2-for-4 today. He's hit a double and a single. This one's a ground ball past the pitcher, past second base, and Banks is on at first. Lee Thomas, 2-for-4 today. Hit 2 singles so far today. Ground ball past the shortstop into left field allows Banks to move to 3rd. Thomas has a single. Cubs have recorded 13 hits today versus the Dodgers' 8 hits. Randy Hundley, 2 for 4 today. He's hit a single and a double. His double in the 9th inning allowed Thomas to score and brought the score line to Los Angeles 3, Chicago 2. Hundley strikes out this time. That's the top of the 10th inning. So now the Dodgers will come up to bat. As we start at the bottom of the 10th inning, Boca Bella has replaced Williams at left field. Ron Hunt, 0 for 4 today, lead off for the Dodgers. Both teams, this will be the final game of the series today. Both teams will head into double headers tomorrow. Chicago travels to San Francisco. They play a double header tomorrow. Stoneman will be pitching game 1. Culp will be pitching game 2. Dodgers will stay put here at Dodger Stadium. They will entertain the Houston Astros. Osteen will be pitching game 1, and Brewer will be pitching game 2. Hunt pops one up to second base. Beckert makes the catch, 1 away. We are into extra innings. We get some extra baseball here today between the Cubs and the Dodgers. Hartenstein now looking to pitch. Gators will take his over today. Ground ball to Beckert. Beckert throws over to Banks, 2 away. Jim Lefevre, 1 for 3 today, facing 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. And he strikes out. So we are through 10 innings. The game is tied 3-3. Cubs up to bat next. So heading into the top of the 11th inning, Dodgers make a few changes in the field. Nate Oliver will be the new second baseman, and Jim Hickman will be coming in at center field. Ted Savage will lead things off here. At the top of the 11th, he faces Bob Miller, the pitcher. And this one's going to be a foul ball down the left field stands. Souvenir City. This one's a fly ball to right field. Gabrielson makes the catch. And it looks like the Cubs here will go with a pitch hitter. Hartenstein's day is done. And they're starting to run out of batters here in the dugout. Paul Popovich is going to come in. He's the only other, he's a switch hitter. So he's the only left-handed hitter they have left to take off Miller. Popovich pops one up to center field. Hickman makes the catch, 2 away. Back in comes Kessinger, 2 for 5 today. Grounded a single his last time up. That was the RBI that helped tie the game. He scored in a magical 9th inning for the Cubs. The grounder to the pitcher, Miller. He throws back over to the first baseman. In time, 3 outs. So we go to the bottom of the 11th inning. The score is still tied, 3-3. And we'll have a pitching change here for Chicago. And Raditz will be coming on to pitch for the Cubs. Bottom of the 11th inning, tied 3-3. Single his first time up. And he walked on this at bat. Lou Johnson, the left fielder, struck out his last time up. Line on first base. Johnson. This one's a high fly ball toward the third baseman. Santo makes the easy out. 1 away. Gabrielson is at the plate, 2 for 4 today. He also has recorded 3 game-winning RBIs so far in the season. barely at first base. Dodgers with an opportunity to win the game here in extra innings. Raditz second. Ground ball past the shortstop. Barely moves over to third. Gabrielson with a double. Jeff Torborg comes to the plate. Torborg could get another game-winning RBI. He had one yesterday in their Friday matchup. Only one out. Fairley on third. Gabrielson on second. Torborg 2 for 4 today. This one's a high fly ball to the left field. Fairley's going to get the signal to run home. He's in time, he's safe, and the Dodgers win. Dodgers win 4-3 over the Chicago Cubs. They make it 2 in a row. So our final scoreline from Dodger Stadium: the Cubs 3 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Dodgers 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Your winning pitcher, Bob Miller, he'll improve to 5-2. Raditz will take the loss. He drops to 1-3. Don Drysdale will be the game MVP. And just take a look real quick at his statistics from today. Pitched 7.2 innings, allowed 8 hits, 1 run, and struck out 10 batters. So the Dodgers win 4-3 on the Saturday game of the week. Don't forget, folks, coming up in our next 1967 replay matchup game of the week, it'll be the Atlanta Braves taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. That date, July 22nd, 1967. Definitely want to make sure to be there for that. Also, our football fans, World Football League action. Week 2 will conclude with Monday Night Football. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bandits taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Generals. So make sure to check those games out as well. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm Glenn Walker. You've been watching a feature presentation of the Replay Sports channel, home for great games. Thanks for watching.